Can you give us a quick introduction to who you are?
Where am I looking at?
Well, you can look at me.
So my name is VOIDD, sorry. So my name is VOIDD. I do minimal drum and bass. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I've been doing it for I used to do a lot of jump up back in the day. And now decided to grow up a little bit, I guess.
Oh, don't say it like that.
No, I'm joking. I still do love my jump up. But I just feel like, for me, when it comes to creating music, I've just found my little thing with minimal, and I kind of want to stick to it for a bit.
So what's your favourite food to get before a set?
I can't say that. Do you know what? Do you know what? Like, realistically, I don't really eat before a set. I do have a couple drinks, I'd say that, yeah. I'd have a couple pints.
Any specific, like Red Stripe, or like, is it just sort of anything that's go free?
Do you know what? I am going to be that sneaky Don and say like a hazy IPA. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do love like a little...
fruity thing.
Yeah. No, I like a nice little IPA, yeah.
So, taking it back to the start, how did you like get into like D&B, and like who were your influences sort of getting into it?
Funny enough, so I don't, well, some people might know, some people might not. I used to actually be a rapper. So I started off rapping for a brand called MDRN with my boy Elliot. So he got me on, I was rapping, doing a couple shows in London, it was really cool. And then one day we were doing a rehearsal in a pirate in the DJ room. And obviously he was mixing in the tunes, and then obviously I was like rapping, and I was like, oh, I have a USB with some tunes on it, like let me have a go. Had a go, and then decided, fuck it, I don't want to.
Do you still like get on the mic when you do a set, or like is it sort of one of those ones where it's like reserved to a special occasion?
It's a drunk one. It's usually a drunk one. If you catch me on mic, then I am pretty lit at that point.
So,
but yeah.
VOIDD with 2 Ds.
VOIDD with 2 Ds.
Where did that name come from? Like, where did you get the inspiration for that? Was that an MC name originally then, or?
So originally my MC name was XX Pills XX.
Oh God.
You can really show. It can really show like the age of like when it was made.
Please tell me there's a SoundCloud account with that.
There was. Then it changed into VXIDD. Because I like tried to have the X as an O, try to be like cool and whatever, like. And then I decided, fuck it, when I moved to Bristol, like time for a proper change and put it as VOIDD, because I was getting called Vixid by people, and I was like, yeah, it's not Vixid.
No, get rid of that immediately.
No. But yeah.
So you've had a couple of good releases.
Yes.
What do you think's been your favourite release to date?
Ooh.
Would you say like one of the new minimal ones, or like one of like the old like jump up ones?
Do you know what, like, coldest around on Ego was probably like the one I looked forward to the most, because it was kind of like the second tune that I put out from starting minimal.
That's Ego Project.
Ego Project, yeah, Ego Project. Like I'm hard on myself because I am like my own critic a little bit, but it gets to a point after a couple of months I don't want to listen to my own tunes.
Yeah.
So as soon as it comes out, I'll listen to it and I'll go, cool, and then I'll probably not listen to it ever again.
Screamer was your...
Yes.
Yeah, that was like...
Oh, the bane of my life, fuck. No, man, I love the tune, and it got so much respect, and it got so much good attention there and then. Like, Crossy was... Like, shout out to Crossy, because without Crossy, that tune would have not done as well as it did.
Yeah.
You know, he opened up his D&B All-Stars 360 with it, and it just kind of went... But yeah.
When you see Crossy doing that, like...
Yes.
But is that like quite a proud moment in a weird way when you sort of like see Crossy?
Oh man, like, do you know what? Like, what I was like, what? It was like 20, 21 at the time. Yeah, it was about 3 years. Yes, I was 20 at the time, and obviously Crossy was a big inspiration to me. You know, it was really cool to kind of see. Like, it was the first time I ever got messaged on Instagram by an artist to go, I really want this tune. And then literally like a week later, Bass Tripper messaged me, because they had a back-to-back at Printworks, and he goes, what is that tune? I need that tune. And he get a message from him. I was like, what the fuck? In the space of like 2 weeks, Crossy picks it up, next week Bass Tripper picks it up, then fucking Metric picks it up, and I'm like, what is happening? Do you know what I mean? It was a really, really cool moment, really, really gassed.
But it's just not the sound that you want to be like.
It's not, unfortunately. Like, it's fun. I do enjoy making it, but it's just something that my ears don't tingle when I listen to it anymore, sort of thing.
What was like the reason for like going in? Like I know you sort of joked about growing up, but like,
Yeah.
do you think there was like a specific reason why you just sort of wanted to like go? Do you know what? I've sort of got a bit bored of the jump up sound, and I want to go on to that more minimal tune.
Do you know what? I feel like there's so many good jump up producers out there, and like my sound design with jump up was never like that good. Like I could never, you know, do all the squelchies and all that sort of stuff. So I kind of focused on a lot more of like the low end, like the subs, you know, what I can do, manipulating all this sort of stuff. And then, I don't know, I just found more fun in it. I just found that kind of style of drum and bass a little bit more fun to produce rather than jump up. It wasn't like I hate jump up, I'm going to move to minimal. It was purely, I just had more fun creating it at the time.
See, personally, like I find with minimal, it's got to be nailed on.
Yes.
Because you haven't got that like you say, the sort of squelchy noise with jump up. You can't just make something that's like just bass face. Like you've got to like really focus on the sound design.
There's a lot more theory to it, which is
Yeah.
a bit mad, and a lot more technicality, and not to like, you know, upset anyone about it, but yeah.
But I mean that you know that's why you know like especially when this like like jam thieves and that sort of stuff, for that like really minimal bass sound, but it was so good because like, although it's simple, it's unique as well at the same time. So no, I would say like minimal is like we all sort of like joke about this subgenre hates that subgenre, but at the same time like, you know, it's all the same thing, isn't it?
No, exactly. I feel like having a good time. If you're making music and you're happy and you're being productive, then you know what is the question of what you should be producing or what you should be making, sort of thing, I guess.
Talk about production then.
Yes.
Who would be 3 producers and 3 vocalists that you'd most want to work with? Could be like live or dead, part of drums, not part of drums.
I've got to go straight from the get-go, Suicide Boys.
Yes.
I absolutely love Suicide Boys. Suicide Boys have been probably my biggest inspiration from rapping to drum and bass, because I incorporate so much of like similar stuff to them in the drum and bass stuff that I did with the rapping. Obviously got to go with Molecular. Like, I fucking love Raph. Like he's been crazy good help for me. I had a lesson with him for production. And everyone's gonna fucking roast me for it, but probably Sota. I fucking love Tom, man. He's fucking so wicked with it. He is genuinely like one of the only jump up artists to date that still get me so giddy about jump up. Like, I will go to, like, if I'm in the area, I'll always go to a Sota set because it just, I don't know.
Well, we are at Gemfest and they are playing.
I cannot wait, man. What?
Mate, I'm gutted.
5.5 hours, man. I can't wait.
I'm working at bar, so I'm not even going to be here for it. I'm literally like, I'm going. Like,
I'll send you some clips, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
In terms of vocalists, I've never really worked with vocalists. I'd really love to eventually. Emily Mackis would probably be one of them.
She does seem to be like a common theme with these questions.
She's just so all round. She has so many. Well, she can fit into so many different styles. Like, you know, whether she's working with K Motions, whether she's working with, you know, whoever, it always just sounds really good. So yeah, that would be exciting.
Like out of drum and bass, like it could be like, you know, any sort of singer, like, or well, vocalist in general. It's a thinker, isn't it?
It is a thinker because there's so many people out there. I mean, all right, you know, if possible, I mean, obviously, you know, he is on his last legs a little bit, but Ozzy Osbourne. It'd be a really cool crossover because obviously he did that whole thing with Post Malone. I feel like bringing him into like some minimal maybe might be cool, maybe might not be, might flop, but fuck. I don't know, fuck it, Mariah Carey or something. I don't know.
At least you get like the sort of like the chart recognition then.
Yeah, no, fuck it, Mariah Carey. She'll sell the singles, mate. Mate, platinum in a week, mate. Come on. It'll be good fun.
Well, here at Gemfest.
Yes.
What time you set today?
Tomorrow. Sunday.
You can pretend like I knew that. The power of editing.
I'm gonna make it so difficult for you to edit now.
I know, it'll stay in. I'll be nice. But
8 till 9 carpool spinners.
Take it back to your first ever live performance though. Can you remember it was and how did it go?
Yes, I can. Wait, legal or illegal?
No, just first time playing decks in front of a crowd.
Borehamwood, Ravers Purge, Squat Rave, London, 2019, 18? No, it was just before or during COVID.
Bray was doing
just,
it like
just before or during COVID, I can't remember. But yeah, first time playing, what are they called? SB Freeze, you know, the Serato decks.
Yes,
So
I hated those.
so someone, I don't know, jailbroke them, I guess, to work on Record Box for that rave. They were the rig was plugged in with it weren't even like proper cables. The cables were like torn out and put into different like mate, it was like the most makeshift shit I've ever seen in my life, and it was like my second or third squat rave I've ever been to at the time. But yeah, no, ended up jumping on at midnight, played a bunch of scatty jump up to a bunch of pinging fucking 16-year-olds and went fucking off, and then yeah. That was the first one. That was the first illegal experience of me playing out. But yeah.
And then expanding on from that, what do you think's been your best live show to date and your favourite city to perform in?
Oh. Do you know what? Minus the fuckeries, Amsterdam Spring Break genuinely was amazing. Like really, really, really good fun. Me and my boy M. Dot, we played Escape in Amsterdam. Fucking crazy crowd. Like it was genuinely probably like the best crowd I've ever played to. But I think favourite set has probably got to be tomorrow. No, genuinely, last year Gemfest, I had such a fucking brilliant time playing at the home base stage. I feel like this year it's even bigger, better, and you know there's more people and more to it. And I think tomorrow is probably going to be the best set. Yeah.
Obviously, you got the big festivals like Boomtown, Glastonbury,
yes.
stuff. But like, do you think small festivals like Gemfest are like
100%.
important?
I was literally having a conversation about this earlier on. I genuinely feel like, and this is not to suck up to the pull-up lot, but this is genuinely like a genuine belief that I have is like the brand is so strong. It's so strong. It just has opportunity to expand and expand. Like if you look at Gemfest last year, well, look at the first Gemfest. It was in a fucking barn. Do you know what I mean? Moving on to the Gemfest festival last year, what it was amazing. It was brilliant. It was all put together by them. You know, all of their mates helping each other. This year, it's even bigger, and you know they've pulled it off. Like it's brilliant, you know, the lights, the decor,
Even the branding of it.
Like. The branding itself is just spot on.
In general, what's one thing that you'd like to sort of put into the drum and bass scene and one thing that you'd like to take out?
I mean, I know not to jump on the bandwagon because everyone is saying it, like, you know, make spaces available and make spaces affordable. I do believe in the fact that there are so many crews, so many, you know, up and coming artists that are like, you know, even to put myself in there is so many people there that are so capable of, you know, bringing their mates down. And yeah, fair enough, it might not always be a sellout, but it's about providing those people with the opportunity to perform, get comfortable and progress, because there are so many people that get booked for festivals who have never played before, and you know, you can tell they're a bit scared, a bit anxious and whatnot, and that's completely fine. You know, being anxious is perfectly okay. But I think if people were given the opportunity to, you know, get comfortable, perform in venues on like proper equipment, so when they get those festival bookings, it's not, you know, such a scary jump from bedroom to festival or. You know.
So really, it's put more opportunities in for underground artists,
yeah,
and make, like,
definitely
take out the restrictions that exist.
Yeah. And take out Belgium.
So we're asking all the artists that we do these interviews with. Big thing about mental health, obviously June, Men's Mental Health Month. Have you got any sort of like tips and tricks that you sort of use to deal with your mental health?
Ooh, do you know what? I know it sounds so straightforward sometimes, but like sometimes you just do have to put the phone down. I've experienced a lot in my life with, you know, some hate and all this, and you know, it's putting me down and whatnot. But realistically, at the end of the day, like, yes, you do have to acknowledge the hate, but two, you do have to also learn how to, like, when to switch off.
Yeah.
Because if you don't switch off, it will always be on your mind. And in this kind of environment, you know, you can jump from someone saying something super nice and super positive to you to someone saying something completely different, like, you know, oh, you've stolen my sound, or well, those drums sound like mine, or what. The scene is so techie. It's so, you know, everyone's trying to be the big dog, and it's cool. I get it, but you know, sometimes you do just have to switch off and just kind of you know, turn your phone off and just carry on making music and put out whatever you want to put out, and quite frankly, don't give a shit about what people are saying. I know it does sound easy, but yeah.
It's true though, and obviously it's hard to do, but no, I think that's a fairly positive attitude
keep yourself
have.
to yourself, be truthful to yourself, and act right.
Yeah.
Don't be disrespectful, don't be a cunt, don't be a creep, and you'll be fine. It's pretty much it.
To finish off,
Yes.
do you want to plug anything that you've got sort of coming up?
I fucking wish.
Have you got
Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Hopefully soon I'll be releasing some more music. I'm hopefully going to jump into some more stuff, and we'll get things rolling again.
Lovely.
I fancy another release soon.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Have a good set.
You too.